Pop, you guys had the hot start to the second half. I think scored the first 12 points. What's your assessment of kind of what happened after that?
Poor play by too many people. Second team has got to play better. You know, if you just look at the plus minus for the last few games, first team's doing pretty well, but off the bench we've been just destroyed, and it happened again tonight.
Is that surprising to you because the bench was such an asset to start the season?
Yeah, it is a little bit surprising, but we have a good number of people not playing very well.
In general, are you impressed with the job Denver has done building this team from a first-round playoff team to the Western Conference Finals, and now adding Aaron Gordon this year?
Well, of course. I mean, Michael Malone's been fantastic. His staff has been great, and they've made good moves, good decisions, over the years, and they've built it up over time.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Jeff. Tom Mooresborn, Express News.
Pop, what are you seeing with the transition defense?
It's not great.
Anything else, Tom?
Okay. No, that's good. Thank you.
At this point in the season now, how do you regroup after a slide like this? What's the mentality moving forward?
I mean, it got to be the same mentality. It's the NBA, the best of the league for a reason. You're gonna go through, stage where you're winning, you're losing, up and down, win, lose. It's just how you bounce back. And I believe in our team. There's not one day I come here and I don't believe in myself or my teammates. It is what it is. We got to figure it out as a unit, from the coaches to the players, and just figure it out. That's really what it is. But the mentality should always be, win, win, win. Do whatever it takes to win. Put your body on the line to win, whatever it takes.
Thanks, Tom. Let's go to Tom Mooresborn from Express News. Tom.
Hey, Dejounte, how does your foot feel?
It feel better, a lot better. I wouldn't have played if I didn't feel like I can compete on both ends. So I feel better.
Yeah. Okay. What can you guys do to improve? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I said I appreciate that.
Sure. What can you guys do to improve your transition defense?
It's simple shit. We look good in shoot-arounds, and when we do practice, it looks damn near perfect. But they got to translate. From me, I'll never point fingers at nobody. Even if I did something right, starting with me at all times. We got to figure it out. That's is what it is. And it's more than just transition defense. Take pride in just playing defense in a team, in a whole, and having your teammates back. If something you're gonna get beat here and there, be the helper. So it's a lot of stuff that got to be cleaned up in a little of time. With all these games flying at us.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. Let's go to Jeff McDonald from the Express News. Jeff.
Yeah, Pop pointed out to us that the bench has kind of struggled here lately, and obviously the bench had been such an asset for you guys earlier in the season. I assume you still have utmost faith in those guys coming off the bench to kind of give you the boost that they had been earlier this season. Yeah.
Of course. Like we just said, I just said it's gonna be ups and downs. It's gonna be games you win, you lose, but I think the most part is, what can you do if the ball's not going your way? If you're missing shots. So, go get 10 rebounds, go get 5 assists, get some steals, whatever. Whatever you got to do to help the team win. And I think that's what it comes down to, from the starters to the bench.
How close did you come to not being able to play today? I know you had to go through shoot around first to kind of see how it felt. Was it touch and go, or were you pretty much full bore?
I mean, I'm gonna put my body on the line. I'm a winner, and obviously I'm an earner. You know, we get paid a lot of money, and you know, it's a foot. And when they told me nothing, you know, worse could happen after all the MRIs and everything, that, you know, it was easy for me. Now it's just me feeling good. So I feel good, and you know, I want to try to help my team win. You know, that's what I'm here for.
I know you're a guy that just loves to play. I mean, how tough was that to miss the game the other night that you couldn't play in?
It was bad, you know, because I know, like I said, I know how important it is to have all our guys. You know, there's been a lot of stuff thrown at us, COVID, guys hurt. As you can see, I was hurt last game. So, you know, we need everybody, you know, from the first guy on down, you know, we need everybody. So I'm just happy to be back and try to turn this thing around.
What do you think you guys can do different, you know, playing the same team, you know, 2 days from now?
Watch some film, you know, watch some film as a team, as an individual, and see what we did wrong. I think it was more so competing. You know, we gave up as far as they getting a lot of second chances, and you know, the referees getting in the way. You got to play through it. We got to play through it. We got to toughen up and play for 48 minutes. You know what I mean? So watch some film and be ready to go. It's the NBA. You know, we play them again.
All right, appreciate it. Overall, what do you take from this game? What are your takeaways, and how do you regroup to play the same team in a couple of days?
Yeah, recharge. Look after the body, number one. I think that's a no-brainer of being able to do that. And then just getting back to, understanding the game, I think is a big one at the moment. And when I say that, it's not, you know, it's being students of the game. I think that's the biggest thing, and understanding what it takes to win games and things that we do to lose games. And I think, you know, like examples of tonight, possessions, you know, obviously every possession counts, but we didn't take control of possessions at times, and they made us pay. And in a quick span of the game, they ran away with it. So understanding that, and I think, I think that's just a general comment though on where we're at as a group, and being you know, able to understand the game and be students of the game, to help us through times, I think is a huge one.
When you're on a team that is in a period where you're struggling, does it seem like when things start to go south, it's just harder to turn it back the other way?
Oh yeah. But we gave ourselves a great shot tonight against a very good team, who was down a player, but that they played, you know, extremely hard, and you know, we played well in different patches, and we were up by whatever it was at one stage, and then those are the times, right, where, you know, you really just got to lock in and understand what we've done to get us to that position, and to keep doing that and to do it better. You know, and it's not necessarily take our foot off the gas. It's just, you know, that IQ, that understanding, that student of the game, as I keep saying, that we got to keep looking at. You know, and the hustle and the effort is always going to be there. You know, I think last game it did obviously hurt us, and that's where we got to be professionals in being able to look after our body and then get what we need to come back in 2 nights' time, to be able to give it another good crack.
You guys off the bench obviously have taken so much pride in that role of being a boost to whatever the starters are doing. What are you seeing from that unit here lately?
Yeah, I guess just all trying to figure it out, I guess. You know, we've always been known as that unit to bring energy, be able to move the ball a lot more. I think G has done a great job in his limited time so far in sliding into that 5-man with the second unit. He's been good in the pocket, being able to make reads, good on the defensive end. You know, but for all of us, you know, just trying to be a little bit more consistent in that, in offensively being able to move the ball and get back to that. Because the starting group is obviously gonna do what they do. We need to be able to rely on each other and be able to make the teammate next to you better. And I think that's a lesson in itself that hopefully we can get to over this long road trip. Is what can we do to make our teammate better? And that's essentially what the second unit has always done a good job of. And it's a nice little addition with G and what he's been able to do. And then on the defensive end, always it's hustle, it's effort, it's being able to play team defense. And we just got to find ways to feed off each other's energy somehow. And always go back to the point of there's patches, we show patches of it, but we just got to try and be more consistent, which is hard for us to do at the moment.
And then lastly, Dejounte had another good game tonight. Are you seeing him sort of? He's kind of an extra year removed from that ACL injury. Are you seeing a lot of that? His explosiveness and his just raw abilities coming back in a way that maybe they weren't early last year.
Yeah, I think more than anything, it's his ability to understand the game has grown. I think everyone can see his explosiveness and his athleticism and his ability to beat the person in front of him one-on-one. Like, it's impressive to watch how he can score on any defender, whether it's a mid-range or whether it's at the rim. But the thing that he's getting better at and has got a lot better at is being a point guard and being able to run the team. So to find that balance of being aggressive and scoring the ball and running the team, that's where I think he's definitely improved and is still improving in that sense. And like I said, making sure that, we can all get everyone involved and everyone making an impact on both ends of the floor. But that's just the growth of DJ, and he'll continue to grow in that way and find his balance of running the team and being aggressive the way that he needs to be. But it's been good watching him grow over the years.
All right, thank you, Patty.
No worries.
Thanks, Jeff. Let's go to Tom Petrini from Ken's 5. Tom.
Hey, Patty. Obviously a disappointing stretch of the season here. What do you tell the younger guys on the team about, keeping an even keel and not getting too low during the lows, too high during the highs? What's your message in that regard?
Well, that's the message, first of all. So you nailed it on the head. And I think it's also just getting these experiences under our belt. And I think our guys, inexperienced in a way that, it's probably okay that they can get over losses a lot easier than probably that you would think. It obviously stings and hurts, right after a game, and definitely the way that we've been losing games. But then next day, right, we've got such a young and energetic group that we can regroup and we can, focus on the next game and the next play. And I think that transfers to stuff on court too, being able to not go your way and being able to get back on transition defense with the, missed shot or whatever it may be. So I think there's some sort of, balance there. But, we got a good group of guys who want to get better, who wants the team to get better and just try and find ways to do it. So I think they're young enough, they're energetic enough to be able to move on to the next play and to the next game and see what we can do better. But everyone's doing a good job of learning this year, and obviously we're in a new environment, new situation for everyone. But we've got a lot of young guys who are eager to learn, and I think that's going back to my point about everyone being a student of the game and really increasing everyone's IQ of how the game's played, and especially how we want to play.